In a world full with smartwatches, few of those smartwatches runs on the Google software system. And Mobvoi TicWatch Pro 5 is one of those smartwatches that runs on the Google software system. In today's video, I want to find out if this smartwatch is a good contender to the newly announced Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. Hey guys, Big Phil here and welcome back to another video where I'm going to be comparing two great smartwatches that runs on the Google software system, the WearOS system. This newly announced Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic against the Mobvoi TicWatch Pro 5. Now, the Mobvoi Pro 5, I'll be using it for about, more than 2 months now, and it is a great smartwatch. And I believe this comparison right here is perfect. This is a right comparison, especially if you're a fan of the Google WearOS. Which smartwatch do you spend your money on? These two smartwatches are similar in so many ways, except the price, which the Mobvoi TicWatch Pro 5 costs $350, while the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic costs almost $450. So there's a huge difference in terms of price, but specs wise and other things else, they're very similar. But we're going to talk about all their differences and similarities. And at the end of this video, I will advise you guys on which smartwatch will be best for your money. Which one has the best value for your money? So please stay tuned to the end of this video. And if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on notification for a lot of good videos come up on Big Phil TV. Apart from the difference in prices between these two smartwatches, where the Galaxy Watch is more expensive than the TicWatch Pro 5, their design are very good. I won't say they are similar. No, they're not similar in any way, but they are very beautiful looking smartwatches. You won't go wrong buying any of these two smartwatches in terms of their design. They are both great. But the Galaxy Watch has different features, things that people love about it, especially the rotating bezel. So many people are happy that the physical rotating bezel is back, and it's one of the signature features of Galaxy Watches. And it makes navigating the Galaxy Watch much easier. The Mobvoi TicWatch Pro 5 has the rotating crown, and this is the first watch from Mobvoi to include a rotating crown. It makes navigating the watch also very simple, and the rotating crown is very functional. You can use it in so many ways. It is highly used on this smartwatch. And sizes, in terms of their size wise, these two smartwatches are big smartwatches. The Mobvoi is a 48mm watch, while the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic is a 47mm watch. But you got to realize I'm doing the comparison between the big size of the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic against the Mobvoi. The Mobvoi only comes in one size, but the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic comes either in 47mm or 43mm. But in this video, I will concentrate only on the 47mm. So these two smartwatches are big, but the Mobvoi is much lighter. It weighs just 44.3 grams, while the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic weighs 59 grams. That's a whole lot, much heavier than the Mobvoi. And honestly, guys, I'll be using this watch for more than 2 months. I use it a lot. I take it to bed so much because it is very comfortable. This is a watch I use every single night, and I'm going to explain to you guys more later in this video, especially the battery. The battery life is another thing that makes me to use the Mobvoi so much when I'm going to bed. I will explain more about the battery later in this video. As for the build quality, these two smartwatches are great. You wouldn't go wrong buying any of these two smartwatches in terms of their durability and their strongness. They are both made of aluminum. For Mobvoi, they use an aircraft standard aluminum on the case of their watch, while the screen is a Corning Gorilla glass, as compared to the Sapphire glass on the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, which everybody knows Sapphire is more stronger than Corning Gorilla. The frame of the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic is also aluminum. So they are both very tough smartwatches, watches meant for different tough terrain. They both have a 5 ATM of water resistance, which means you can take them swimming, diving without having any issue. They both have speakers, microphone, which you can make calls with these two smartwatches. You can receive calls. For the Mobvoi, I've been using it for more than 2 months now, and I've used it so much, making a lot of calls, and no one ever complained. Very clear speakers and good microphone on this smartwatch, so it is great for making calls. The Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, I have no doubt, is going to be a great smartwatch for making and receiving calls. The biggest difference in terms of making calls is that the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic come in LTE or Bluetooth version, which means if you're buying the LTE, you can use it anywhere without the need of your smartphone. The Mobvoi TicWatch Pro 5 only comes with Bluetooth version, no LTE. The display of these two smartwatches are different from each other. The Galaxy Watch, which is bigger, but Samsung reduced the bezel of the watch and making the display much bigger. It has a 1.5 inches of Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 480 by 480. It also has a higher PPI at 453. While the Mobvoi TicWatch Pro 5 is a big watch also, but also has bigger bezel. The display is just 1.43 inches with a resolution of 466 by 466. The PPI is also lower at 326, lower than the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. But in terms of looking these two smartwatches with your naked eyes, I spent so many hours with the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. I've been using the Mobvoi for more than 2 months. I would say they are great looking display. You can use these two smartwatches in direct sunlight, in broad daylight, without having any viewing issue because they are very good display. So much contrast, so much brightness. They look great, man. The biggest reason why I decided to compare the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic against the TicWatch Pro 5 is because they are both running on the Google WearOS. But the difference is the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic will be released with the WearOS 4, while the TicWatch Pro 5 has the WearOS 3. Another difference is that the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic will have Google Voice Assistant. Unfortunately, TicWatch Pro 5 doesn't have Voice Assistant, but according to Mobvoi, there is an update of the WearOS 4 coming very soon, and it will bring Voice Assistant. And for the internal storage, the TicWatch Pro 5 is more than that of the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. It has a 32 GB of internal storage with 2 GB of RAM, while the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic has a 16 GB of internal storage with 2 GB of RAM. So if you gotta be downloading so much music into your watch, or if you have to download a lot of applications, a lot of watch faces, then the TicWatch Pro 5 is definitely the way to go. Where the TicWatch Pro 5 shines bright like a diamond is in the battery. The battery life of this smartwatch is incredible. It has a 628 milliamps battery and can last longer, way longer than the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. According to the company, the watch will last you 80 hours on a single charge. That's on the standard mode. But if you turn on the essential mode, it's going to last you 45 days. That is incredible. Unfortunately, if you turn on the essential mode, a lot of the features won't be available. But on the normal usage, the battery will last you 80 hours. That's about 3.5 days. And honestly, guys, I've been using this watch for more than 2 months. I was able to achieve that amount every single time. And also, another reason why the battery of the TicWatch Pro 5 lasts longer is because it has 2 displays. There is the main display and there is a secondary display. If you use the secondary display, which is a low resolution display as the always on display, the battery will last you a whole lot longer. But if you use the normal OLED display as the always on display, then you will run down the battery really fast. The battery here is much larger and can last way longer than the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic that has only 425 milliamps battery. I will honestly say the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic can last you, if you can use it moderately, I'm pretty sure it can last anybody at least 1.5 days on a single charge. So when it comes to battery life, the TicWatch Pro 5 is a huge winner. For health features, the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic is better. just because it has the ECG, which is not available on the TicWatch Pro 5, but everything else is the same. They both have heart rate tracking, temperature check, skin temperature, blood oxygen, and lots of other features. Why for fitness tracking? These two smartwatches are similar. They both have lots of exercises that you can track if you take these two smartwatches to the gym or any outdoor activities. And also the fact that these two smartwatches are running on the Google system, there are lots of exercises from Google. Other similarities between these two smartwatches include NFC, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, loudspeaker, microphone, GPS, in fact, GNSS, they both have GNSS, which means there is GPS, there is Baidu, there is GLONASS, there is Galileo on these two smartwatches, and lots of other features are very similar between these two smartwatches. And that is all for this comparison video, guys. The Galaxy Watch 6 Classic against the TicWatch Pro 5. But what is my final verdict about these two smartwatches? Honestly, guys, if I have a lot of money to spend on a great smartwatch, if money is not the issue, then go with the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. It is a smartwatch with all features. It has everything. The only downside is the less battery. But apart from that, everything else about the smartwatch is great. But if you're on a budget, if you're looking to save some money, then go with the TicWatch Pro 5. You won't regret it, guys. I've been using this watch for more than 2 months. I love it. I love the watch. The battery is incredible. 625 milliamps. That is a lot as compared to only 425 on the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. I don't know why Samsung decided to reduce the battery, even though it's a big watch, but less battery, even compared to that of last year Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. So you won't go wrong buying any of these two smartwatches, but if you have a lot of money to spend, get the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. If you're on a budget, get the TicWatch Pro 5. And that's it, guys. Thank you all for watching this video.